Hi everyone. So today I want to show us a glimpse of what we have built with Sage AI. And as you already know, we recently launched Sage AI, and we want to give you a detailed breakdown of things that you can use Sage AI to do and how to go about it. So if you already have a root account, so this video is for you. But if not, you will need to have a root account, log into Chat and create an account. Then on your dashboard, you would see Sage AI right here towards the left. Right. So for Sage AI, the first ever thing you want to do is create an assistant. So I already have an assistant, which is the one we use for Roots, which has over 598 FAQs that people can ask and it would get answers to. So, but for you, you can create an assistant for your brand. So your assistant, when you're creating your assistant, try to make it personalized, something people can relate to it, not sounding like a bot and all of that. So the first ever thing is create an assistant and give it a name. So I would use Michael and the description, a customer experience assistant for Flutterwave. I'm going to use Flutterwave for this example. So the product name is Flutterwave, and then some of the features you can enable is generating FAQs from resolved conversation. So this one involves when you're speaking to a real human, maybe a human to human conversation. The AI doesn't have any knowledge. The AI can generate FAQs from that conversation that they have, right? So that's how that works. Then the next one is captured key details as memory from customer interaction. Basically means when a customer comes to meet you, you guys have a conversation. The AI stores some very key details like their name, the thing they bought last, some personal and key details so that they don't always have to ask this information over and over again from the customer. Right. So the next one is include source citation in response, which means you want to constantly add links to where the AI got his response from to every response you give to your customer. You don't always want that. So I'll toggle both of this and leave this. So the next one I create. So let me go into the assistant I just created, and that's Michael. Now, I have nothing on Michael, no FAQs yet, no documents connected, no scenarios, no playground, no inboxes, no tools, and no settings yet for Michael. So the first thing I would ever want to do is add document. The document is the knowledge base of Michael or the company. Where does Michael understand how the company runs? Where does he learn to understand what the company does? How can it answer question? Basically, that's what the document is all about. So first off, you want to add a document, and you have two ways to add document. You can either add it as a PDF file or as a URL. So I'm going to be going with the URL part, and since our product is Flutterwave, I am going to be connecting the Flutterwave um, URL. So this is Flutterwave, and then the document name, which is optional, you could just use Flutterwave website. And then you create. So what happens under the hood is Sage goes into Flutterwave website, look for information that is very important that a customer might want to ask, right? Get those information and start to formulate them into documents. So currently it's been fetching some information from YouTube, from Instagram, from Flutterwave website itself, from the whistleblowing part of it, from the reference document in Flutterwave, from the EOY 2024 Flutterwave, it getting it from different angles, right? And currently it has up to 55 documents it has fetched. So I'm going to just do a quick refresh again, and it's still 54. Now, the second bit is it generates questions from this document. For example, how can I begin swapping currencies on Swap by Flutterwave, right? How does Flutterwave use cookie on its website? Where can I find Flutterwave's social media page? What product are offered by Flutterwave? It gets all of these documents, all of these questions, and then you can answer. If you don't want something, you can just come in here and delete that thing you do not want, right? If you want to add more things, you can come in here and add more things to that document. and the FAQs. So now we have added our FAQ, we've added the document instantly. The next bit for us is to test it out. Now, how can you test it out? So you go into the playground. The playground is where you get to test out the tone, what to expect, how fast they respond, and all of that from your assistant. So let's do hello. I have some issues. So once I give it these questions, it tells you and introduce yourself. Hi, I'm Michael, your Flutterwave assistant. Please go ahead and share your question or issues, and I'll do my best to help you. Right. So now that you see that um, he has given you like the first instance of how to respond, then you say, I tried to swap my currency on the swap app, but it keeps failing and the transaction deducted from my account. Right, so what happens here is I asked the question based on the knowledge base. So what it does is it goes directly into the knowledge, the FAQ, and find information. So it gives first, please check if you have received any update or confirmation about the swap within 24 hours. Have you received any notification or status update about this transaction? I can reply, no, I haven't. I haven't. And it's not up to 24 hours yet. Please wait until 24 hours confirmation period is over. As swap confirms transaction within this time and send updates. Meanwhile, keep an eye on your notification for any state of the update. Alright, that's fine. I also want to follow your socials. What is your social account, please? Focus on it. That's good. Agent woman assist with that. You don't have the social media channels for Flutterwave. You can follow Flutterwave on X, formerly Twitter, at Facebook, Instagram, YouTube on your official channel, and LinkedIn. Had this great. So as you can see, this is how you test your AI. It still needs a lot of refining. It still needs a lot of answering to do. So in that case, all you need to do is come into your settings. Currently now, we do not have any instruction. It's just going with like a very random and vague instruction that we have given to it. We don't have a resolution message and we don't have an handoff message. So it's very important that you have all of these things in play and you can create instructions. Your instructions are basically how does it respond? How does he answer questions? How does he act? Is he empathetic? Is he strict? Is he friendly? And all of that. So give it all of those responses, and you have up to 20,000 words to define your type of customer support agent. Basically, what you're trying to do is saying, I need a customer support agent that does this, and this, right? You are empathetic, you have just the same thing you would have in a job description is what you give it as your instruction, right? Your resolution message is basically once the AI resolve a message, how does he handle or how what does he tell the customer? Thank you for coming through. Thank you for um, speaking to us. Do you have any other question? We'll be happy to answer. This is what your resolution message is. Your handoff message is just the one that we saw just now. You can customize that handoff message to be, oh, I'm currently cannot handle this right now. Would you mind talking to somebody on the team that can handle this better? And that's how you can also customize your handoff message. So you create all of these things, and once you create them, the next big thing that you need to do is go into your inbox. So your inbox is how you connect it to different channels, right? So I can say, hey, I want to connect this to my Ruut Chat Instagram. right? And once I connect it to Instagram, automatically once any inbox comes from Instagram, it help them answer it instantly. Right. So that's a little around what Ruut Chat is all about and Sage in particular. Let me know if you have questions. I'll be happy to answer.